What if the secret to unexpected victories in 2025 is hidden in the details no one pays attention to? While everyone is focused on quarterbacks, defensive reinforcements, and explosive wide receivers, the Washington Commanders may be about to surprise. And it's not in any of those areas. The real secret weapon for the upcoming season might be where few people look: special teams. Yes, we're talking about kicks, punts, and those plays that completely change field position or decide a game by a mere 3 points. And that's exactly where Washington has been smart. This offseason, the team has already ensured continuity by re-signing two essential names, punter Tress Way and kicker Zane Gonzalez. But for a franchise with big dreams, that might not be enough. Behind the scenes, the Commanders held a private workout with one of the best college football kickers of 2024, Ryan Fitzgerald from Florida State. And if you haven't heard of him yet, it's time to start paying attention. Fitzgerald didn't have an easy journey. He started off poorly, was criticized, nearly pushed aside. But instead of giving up, he responded and became one of the most reliable kickers in the country. Just last season, he was perfect, 13 of 13 on field goals, including a 59-yard bomb. And he didn't miss a single extra point. In the past 2 seasons, unreal, 32 of 34 on field goals and 72 of 72 on extra points. Not to mention, he helped the Seminoles to an undefeated 2023 campaign. Now he appears to be a strong candidate to wear the Commanders jersey. Why? Simple. Because although Gonzalez is the current starter, his consistency and leg strength still raise doubts. Fitzgerald, on the other hand, showed at the Combine and his pro day that he's ready to shine at the highest level. The Commanders could take a chance on him on day 3 of the draft in a later round. Or if they prefer, they could bring him in as an undrafted free agent. Either way, the message is clear. Washington is alert, and they're thinking big. Because sometimes the difference between playoffs and disappointment is a 59-yard field goal. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with everything happening with the Commanders, subscribe now to our channel Commanders Fan News Today and hit the notification bell. Here, every detail matters. And here's the big question: why invest so much in a kicker? Because in Washington, the margin for error has to be 0. This team has already shown it has grit, young talent, and a coaching staff ready to flip the switch. But in the decisive moments, those final seconds where everything comes down to a clean snap, a firm hold, and a precise kick, you need someone who delivers. Ryan Fitzgerald isn't just a promising talent. He's a symbol of resilience. And when a player brings that winning mentality into the locker room, the impact goes far beyond statistics. The Commanders know that, and that's why they're doing their homework. Every private workout, every scout watching closely, every behind-the-scenes conversation, everything indicates that this franchise doesn't just want to participate in the next season. They want to compete. They want to win. And if Fitzgerald puts on the burgundy and gold, don't be surprised if he becomes a key piece in the first few weeks. Maybe even decides a win against a division rival. Because those who understand football know games aren't won just with stars. They're won with precision, consistency, and smart decisions like this. Washington may be building one of the most solid special teams combinations in the league. And in a year when every inch counts, being prepared in all phases of the game is what separates dreamers from champions. So if you believe the Commanders are building something special and want to follow every step of this journey, subscribe now to Commanders Fan News Today. Here, we don't just talk about the headlines, we show what's behind them. And as a Commanders fan, I can't help but get excited about this move. Because, let's be honest, for a long time, we've seen our team lose games by small details. How many times did the defense hold strong, the offense fight hard, but when it came time to close out the game, we were missing that precise kick, that field position flip from special teams that could change everything. Seeing the front office paying such close attention to special teams shows that the mindset is changing. And that excites me. Signing Zane Gonzalez was a step, but testing Ryan Fitzgerald? That shows boldness. That shows future vision. Fitzgerald isn't just about stats. He's about commitment, resilience. He's the kind of player who carries that internal fire, who was once doubted and chose to silence the critics with results. And, that has everything to do with the Washington spirit. We've seen this story before. Players no one expected, wearing the burgundy and gold with pride, becoming unexpected heroes. I can already imagine Fitzgerald entering in the second half of a tough game, the stadium silent, and hitting a 58-yard kick that changes the course of the match. That, to me, is the kind of detail that turns a promising team into a real threat in the conference. So if you also feel that the Commanders are starting to transform, not just on defense, not just on offense, but in all phases of the game, I invite you to stick with us. Subscribe now to Commanders Fan News today. Hit the bell and be part of this passionate fan base. Because the future is coming, and Washington may be on the verge of surprising everyone. Because if there's one thing this new phase of the Commanders is teaching us, it's that every piece matters. For a long time, we were a team that seemed to go in circles. Great talents came through, but it always felt like something was missing. A winning mindset, a clear direction. Now, with Adam Peters in charge of decisions and Dan Quinn bringing new energy to the locker room, the atmosphere is different. There's a sense of urgency, of purposeful rebuilding. And then you see the team paying attention to the details. Re-signing Tress Way, ensuring stability, giving Zane Gonzalez another shot. And on top of that, testing a guy like Ryan Fitzgerald? That's not luck, that's strategy. It's not just about talent, it's about culture. And culture is built with decisions like this. Fitzgerald represents exactly the spirit that's being reborn in Washington. Humility, hard work, and the desire to silence critics with performance. He went from bench warmer to Lou Groza Award finalist. That's the kind of guy who refuses to be just another player. And honestly, that's the kind of player I want to see wearing the Commander's crest on his helmet. Because in the end, we fans want to believe. We want to trust that the team we follow week after week is finally making the right decisions. And when those decisions start in the details, in special teams, it's a sign that the foundation is being well built. Maybe Ryan Fitzgerald won't even be drafted. Maybe he'll come in as an undrafted free agent. But if he puts on that jersey, you can bet I'll be rooting for him just like I root for every Warrior who steps on that field wearing burgundy and gold. Washington is different now, and this is just the beginning. So if you feel this new vibe, this new hope, don't waste time. Subscribe now to Commanders Fan News today. Leave your like, hit the bell, and comment below. Would you bet on Fitzgerald as the new kicker for the Commanders? I want to know your opinion, fan. Because this journey, we live it together. And if there's one thing Commanders fans understand, it's resilience. We've been through highs and lows, seen promises that didn't pan out, trades that didn't work, frustrating seasons. But we've also seen flashes of greatness, improbable wins, defenses that demanded respect, and players who, even when doubted, gave it their all on the field. And now, with this rebuild underway, it feels like something different is being born. Maybe we're still far from lifting the trophy, but one thing's for sure, steps are being taken in the right direction. And what if this draft marks the beginning of a new era? And what if, a few years from now, we look back and say, remember that 2025 draft? That's where it all started. Maybe it's the pick of a franchise QB, a dominant edge rusher, or maybe, just maybe, a kicker that no one took seriously who became a playoff game hero. Ryan Fitzgerald could be that name. Or maybe someone else. But the message the Commanders are sending is clear. They're not leaving anything to chance anymore. And as a fan, I'm all in. Because seeing this kind of move gives me hope. It shows me we're not just building a roster, we're building an identity. A Commander's way of playing, of fighting, of winning. And if you feel that too, that pre-draft butterflies in your stomach kind of feeling, that urge to believe again, then you're already part of the revolution. Subscribe to Commanders Fan News today, leave your like, and share this video with another passionate fan. Let's grow this community. Let's live through every draft pick together, every game, every decision. Because here, the fan's voice is strong, and our moment is coming.